it's Amanda here. So earlier this week, I got into conversation on one of the social media platforms. It was LinkedIn, and the topic was marketing. And basically, there was a question that had been posted, and it was along the lines of, I've got £150 per month to spend on marketing. What should I use it for? And then there were four options. So A was use it on Facebook marketing. B was direct mail. C, I think, was company brochures. And then D was something else. I don't mean it was something else. The actual written words was something else. So as in, should I use it on something else? So now I'm all about content marketing, as you know, specifically through blog posts and articles. So of course I commented D, something else. And I went on to explain the kind of the importance of having a dedicated blog page on a website, and obviously posting consistently and using that as a long-term marketing plan, so that as a business, by engaging with your target audience, you kind of become that go-to expert in your niche and in your location, because for many businesses, being seen as the expert in your locality is super important. So in other words, you become an authority, which of course in turn then instills trust, and ultimately that's what is going to bring clients. So I talked about showcasing your knowledge and offering value directly to your target audience. So I wasn't pushy. I didn't directly kind of sell my services. I just offered what I would call some kind of good old-fashioned advice, because to be honest, that's how LinkedIn works. It's all about networking. It's all about connecting. And when you do that, then the clients will come. So that's just kind of a bit of background to the main story, because the reason behind this video today is that when I was commenting on this post on LinkedIn earlier in the week, a guy jumped onto the thread, and quite rightly, he offered an alternative to blogging. So obviously I talked about a blog page, and he decided that he was going to talk about vlogging, so video blogging. And because this is what he does. And I responded like the adult I am and agreed with some of his comments, because there's no one size fits all when it comes to content marketing. And obviously vlogging is also a fantastic strategy to use. And I also offered my opinion and a few kind of constructive points. Because as I'm sure you know, that's how conversations work. After all, it's a conversation. You go backwards and forwards. Everybody has an input. But after a while, this guy, he decided to become a little bit kind of aggressive, I suppose, in the way he was commenting. And there really wasn't any need for it. To be fair, I did remain pretty calm. I stood my ground. I was still polite, but it was his final comment that was, it was actually quite petty. And I suppose on LinkedIn, it's the first time I've kind of encountered this. So after 4 or 5 comments, all pushing his own services and basically just dissing mine, he wrote something along the lines of, "Who wants to read a blog post anyway?" Not his exact words, but something along those lines. And it wasn't a question. It was a statement. So I read that as kind of the equivalent to, when a child throws a tantrum and they kind of cross their arms, they stick out their tongue, and then they go stomping off with their bottom lip stuck out. It was that kind of comment. So I wasn't annoyed as such, but it was just like, oh, well, why would you even write that? So, but actually, he's done me a favour because he's provided me with some video content for today, which is what I'm doing now. So, in case there are any businesses out there who are wondering who does read blog posts and whether it's a strategy you should consider for your business, I thought I would explain. So, as I've already mentioned, adding really fresh, relevant and engaging content to your blog on at least a weekly basis does really cement your position as an authority in your industry and your location, because you remember I mentioned before about needing to kind of put yourself out there locally. For a lot of small businesses, this is really important. So the more content you add, the greater the traction, and that's when you start to be seen as an expert. So by putting that engaging content out there, it's going to be found, that's the first thing, and it's going to be read by lots of different groups of people. First of all, it's going to be read by your target audience. Because that's who you are, that's who you've written the content for. They're looking for information and it's written so they can either keep it, they can save it, they can print it out, and importantly, they can refer back to it really easily. Secondly, you're going to have people reading your content that are in your target market, that have a question that needs answering or a problem that needs solving. As long as you're answering that question or solving that problem in your blog post and your content is relevant to the search results, then your post is going to get found and it will get read. Thirdly, your blog posts are going to be read by intelligent readers who know that they will get super value from your regular written content, and it's not going to be full of fluff, long-winded waffle and loads of information that actually they don't need. You're also going to get your blog post read by people who actually can't be bothered to watch a whole video. And of course, you can't scan watch a video because you might miss something. With written content, with blog posts, people can scan read. And this is really common, and it's far easier just to kind of scan over what you see in front of you. But you can't do that with a video. And then, of course, there's the people who are frustrated with videos that don't have subtitles because they might be watching at work or in an environment where they can't have the sound up. So if you are doing video content, then you do need to make sure that you have subtitles on every occasion. So, blogging is definitely alive and well. The written word is definitely alive and well, with plenty of opportunity to reach your target audience. But ultimately, what it comes down to is your content. Because whatever the format, it doesn't matter. There's room for all formats with content marketing. But it's like anything. If you're not regularly posting some form of interesting and engaging content that is aimed at your target audience online, then how can you expect to be noticed? So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.